everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on Top Shelf Oldies. Want to welcome you to the April 16th, 2016 Vinyl Treasure Show. Glad you can join Johnny G on this beautiful day, beautiful, like spring-like day here in Westchester County. Hopefully it was nice where you are. The snow is all gone, and I am here to feature my original 1950s and early 60s 45s for you as we do it every Saturday right here. And haven't featured this instrumental side since August of 2008 by this self-taught pianist from Hampton, Georgia. His real name is William Lee Perryman, but we know him as Piano Red. And the majority of his releases were on the RCA record label, but he recorded 7 on the RCA subsidiary Groove Records between 1954 and 1956. We just heard his second release on the Groove label, a song he wrote called Gordy's Rock from October 1955, Piano Red on Groove. And he would later on form the group Dr. Feelgood and the Interns. I know I have a 45 by them on the OK record label. Well, enough of my babbling here. Got some cool 45s for tonight. Want to thank Charlene for all the help last minute. Today was a crazy, crazy day. But let's start it off here with the vocal portion. We open up with a great New York City sound by this group out of Brooklyn, New York. They recorded 2 on Bobby Robinson's Whirling Disc record label, and although my aunt never owned the 45, she played it over and over and over again off that compilation album, that great Jubilee album called The Rumble Album. And it's the second of 2 by the Continentals, Hermit Montgomery on lead. This one from November 1956, Whirling Disc Records, the Continentals with Fine, Fine Frame.
I can't get over the things I used to do. With a 4-leaf clover, I made my wish for you.
You are my fine, fine frame. I feel far burning once again. My one desire tells me like a friend. You are my fine, fine frame. Don't you realize you came and made a change? When you walked in, you set my soul aflame. You are my fine, fine friend. The world knows I love you. I'm always thinking of you. Every minute, every hour, every day. I can't forget about you. Can't live without you.
Please don't go away.
You are my fine, fine friend. I wish that I could make you feel the same. I can't deny I'm happy once again with my fine, fine friend.
Please don't go away.
You are my fine, fine friend. I wish that I could make you feel the same. I can't deny I'm happy once again with my fine, fine friend.
Great New York City sound there on Bobby Robinson's Whirling Disc record label, November 1956 release there. Those are the Continentals. Continentals with Herman Montgomery on lead. Great tune there called Fine Fine Frame. Of course, the flip side is another great record, a song called Dear Lord. You know I'm going to play that one on next week's show, so stay tuned for that. Johnny G here spinning original vinyl 45s. We do it every Saturday, only original vinyl. I am broadcasting live on the Ustream broadcaster. Will save it up on my YouTube. I can't believe I am still getting copyright issues, mainly on my 1960s show that I do at the end of the month. I received like another 5 on these obscure records that I play. It is crazy. They are watching me like a hawk. Yes, they are. But let's continue here. Up next, a group that had 4 releases on Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label out of Cincinnati, Ohio. This group was known as the Blue Dots, and here is their second release for Deluxe. It features Eddie Harris on lead. Let's go back to June of 1954. The Blue Dots on Deluxe, and their tune called Don't Hold It.
Didn't your mama tell you that romance is good? A young man or a young girl should get all the loving that comes your way tomorrow. Don't count what you do today. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Give me what I need, please have mercy, please. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. She looked at me, she did. I trembled, I did. I said, don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Give me what I need, please have mercy, please. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. You better get your loving while you're finding young. You ain't lived, baby, till you've been stung. Why do you call me your honey bee? You won't sample my honey, I just can't see. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Give me what I need, please have mercy, please. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. You better get your loving while you're finding young. You ain't lived, baby, till you've been stung. Why do you call me your honey bee? You won't sample my honey, I just can't see. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Give me what I need, please have mercy, please. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up. Don't hold it, give it up.
That's the second of 4 there for the Blue Dots. The Blue Dots from June 1954 on the Deluxe label, Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label there. Eddie Harris on lead there. The Blue Dots with Don't Hold It. John G doesn't hold it, not when I'm doing the show. I am playing all my original vinyl 45s here every Saturday night right here on Top Shelf Oldies, 10 to midnight. And we sometimes do overtime. Yes, we do. But let's continue here. Have one of the early group sounds up next, as this group goes way back. Goes back to the early 1940s, having 2 releases on the Decca record label. Then they recorded 3 on the Abbey label, and then 3 more came out on the Prestige label. Now, I'm actually playing a second press on the Prestige label, because this 45 originally came out on what's called the Par Presentation label, which was a subsidiary of Prestige Records. which was basically a jazz label, as a lot of the releases on this prestige label are jazz related. But on this 45, it actually mentions on the label Rhythm and Blues series. So this one goes back to October of 1951. The group is called the Cabineers. It has a female lead. Her name is Maggie Furman. She is doing lead. It's on Prestige Records. Let's give it a spin. The Cabineers with their tune called Each Time.
Each time I look at you, it's a thrill of a lifetime, like the thrill of the first time. Your eyes met mine.
Your eyes met mine.
Each time I hold your hand, it's a thrill so divine, like the thrill of the first time I held your hand.
I held your hand.
So this is it, and I'm so happy you came my way. This is it. My heart knows this feeling is here to stay each time. Your lips touch mine. It's a thrill so sublime, like the thrill of the first time. Our hearts entwined, and darling, each time seems like the first time with you.
First time with you.
October 1951 release there, a record you would normally hear on the Time Capsule Show. I don't know if you'll hear that on Sirius XM 50s on 5. Maybe they should play more of that. I know a lot of the new collectors into vocal group harmony, they don't like those early sounds. I love the early sounds. I don't play them often enough. I know Dennis, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies Show, he loves that tune there. From 1951, the Cabineers, that one there on the Prestige record label. Song entitled Each Time, Maggie Furman on lead. As the music starting to change a little bit as time went on from 1951, but we feature it all here. Got to get back to some 78s. Got a bunch of new 78s in that I haven't even gone through yet, and I should just do an all 78 show one evening. These two Newmarks, they do play the 78s, and I do have the needles. Well, we will do that. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue here, and I've played a 45 by this artist born in Gurdon, Arkansas on my February 20th show. His first release on the federal label, a song called Move Me Baby. That was from 1953. Sid Nathan's Federal Records for that one. He had a group backing him up. They were called the Lamplighters, who also had their own releases on the Federal label, and here they are again backing him up on this second release. Actually, it's the follow-up to that release that I played, a song called Move Me Baby. This one from April 1954. It's Jimmy Witherspoon. The Lamplighters are not mentioned on the label, but let's give it a spin here. Jimmy Witherspoon on Federal, Silvertop Federal for this one. Song entitled Just For You.
Baby, just for you.
Baby, just for you.
I skip and jump.
I skip and jump.
Baby, just for you.
Baby, just for you.
I sit and cry.
I sit and cry.
Now listen to me, baby. Don't you move away. I gotta have your loving, baby, both night and day, just for you.
It's just for you.
It's just for you.
It's just for you.
Well, just for you.
It's just for you.
I'd work all day.
I work all day.
Well, just for you.
It's just for you.
I don't need no play.
I don't need no play.
Well, breakfast in the morning, dinner every night, and baby with you, that kills my appetite. Just for you.
It's just for you.
It's just for you.
It's just for you.
Oh!
Just for you. 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 Just for you.
Well, just for you,
It's just for you.
I stay at home.
I'll stay at home.
Well, just for you,
It's just for you.
I'll never roam.
I'll never roam.
Well, now that I have you, life is so grand, and baby, I'm sure that you're gonna understand. Just for you,
It's just for you.
it's just for you,
It's just for you.
baby, just for you.
Baby, just for you.
I skip and jump,
I skip and jump.
baby, just for you.
Baby, just for you.
I sit and cry.
I sit and cry.
Well, listen to me, baby. Don't you move away. I gotta have your loving, baby, both night and day, just for you.
It's just for you.
Baby, it's just for you.
Cool 45s here for a Saturday evening. That one there on Sid and Nathan's Federal record label, one of the thousands of labels that your host Johnny G collects. Jimmy Witherspoon with the Lamplighters, their April 1954 release on Federal Records. Just For You is the name of that one. And Johnny G is here just for you. The Top Shelf Oldies listeners playing the music chronologically here. 50s in the first hour, 60s in the second. We continue here for this next group, which is an offshoot of Billy Ward and the Dominoes, as two members of the Dominoes got together to form this group. Both Charlie White and Bill Brown, with a few others, created this group called the Checkers, and they released 10 on Sid Nathan's King record label, and this is their fourth. Their fourth which features Perry Hayward on lead. Let's go back to April of 1953. These are the Checkers on the King label out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and their tune called I Wanna Know.
Yes, your baby wants to know.
I wanna know.
Well, your daddy wants to know.
I wanna know.
Well,
I wanna know what you do round there. I wanna know what you do when you go round there. I wanna know what you do when you go round there. I've been blowing my top, pulling out my hair, trying to get a line of what you do round there. I wanna know what you do when you go round there. Well,
You woke up this morning around 3 o'clock. Start to put on your clothes, nothing I can say to make you stop. I start to blow my top. You said you didn't care. Next thing you say, you had to go around there. Now I wanna know, yes I wanna know, I wanna know what you do around there. I wanna know what you do when you go around there. Yes, I wanna know what you do when you go around there. I've been blowing my top, pulling out my hair, trying to get down on what you do around there. I wanna know what you do when you go around there. Said you went to see your girlfriend, I can't understand. Came back with all of those swimming out of your hand. Whatever kind of game is playing, you must have played them hard. Blackjack or poker, baby, you must have marked the card. You came on in a rage, your eyes all red, your hair sticking straight up on the top of your head. I asked you what's wrong with your beautiful little hair. You told me God had messed up when you were around there. Now I wanna know, yes I wanna know, I wanna know what you do around there. I wanna know, yes I wanna know, I wanna know what you do around there.
What you doing around there, baby?
Those are the Checkers. The Checkers there from April 1953. The Checkers on King, featuring quite a few releases on Sid Nathan labels, King Federal Deluxe. The Checkers there, Perry Hayward on lead there. I Wanna Know. If you want to know, Johnny G spins only original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Also, if you want to know, when I went to Weight Watchers today, I was surprised to have lost 3.6 pounds. So a total in 14 weeks, I lost 40 pounds. And I am really happy about that, and I'm definitely feeling the difference, that is for sure. So I recommend, if any guys out there, you want to lose some weight, Weight Watchers is working for your host, Johnny G, here as I'm babbling on, spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Let's continue. Let's go to Philadelphia, PA for this next 45. This group had 2 releases. It came out on Herb Slotkin's Grand record label. I recently played both sides of their second, which is much harder to find than their first. I played Lovely Way to Spend an Evening last week. I think the week before I played You're Still My Baby. But here is their debut single, written by the lead singer, and his name is Sonny Gordon. Let's go back to September of 1954 on the Grand label. For you collectors out there, if you own this 45, it's got to be really, really thick. A really thick press for this 45. Those thin presses are those second presses that Slotkin put out when the Times Square Records in the early 60s, but the original presses of this are really thick. These are the Angels with their tune called Wedding Bells Are Ringing in My Ears.
What can this be that tortures me this way? Ding dong, ding dong, ding. Bells are ringing in my ear. I hear people singing so loud and clear. Those bells are driving me mad. Me mad. Can't you hear the ringing in your ear? Hear the people singing are driving me mad, me mad. What would you do if she told you that she didn't even love you after all you said and done? I cried, why don't they stop? What can this mean? Eternity, I'll always be in grief, and those bells are driving me mad, driving me
Out of Philadelphia, PA, those are the Angels. The Angels, Sonny Gordon is doing lead. Warren, yes, a great voice there. September 1954, that is their debut single on Herb Slotkin's Grand record label. An interesting label to collect. You can get a lot of those Grand releases on the second press or reissue. Some of them are very difficult to find, like Estelle, which I do have, not in great shape. I don't have it on red vinyl, but I do have Estelle both on 78 and 45. But those are the Angels there with Sonny Gordon on lead. Wedding bells are ringing in my ears. Now, Sonny would later become a member of Lee Andrews' Hearts. He was a member of the Hearts, and for you collectors out there, I think I mentioned already the true presses are really thick. Anyway, John G spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Eugene is trying to sign into a Top Shelf Oldies. He is having trouble. I'm going to try to help him get back on Facebook for that. But I just posted this next record on my Facebook page. It's an EP. It's one of those budget EPs. Did not come with a cover, unfortunately, but the label owner goes by the name of Larry Mead. And he actually had this budget label. He called it Dig This Record. That is the name of the label. And he would release four songs, 2 on each side, which would be covers, actually R&B covers or R&B hit covers of records that were popular at the time. And there's so many of those budget EPs. Some of them are really excellent with their sounds, and some of them you don't even know who the singers are, but there are some out there that are very good. A lot of them are the pop covers, but there are some really good ones. So on specific labels that you look for, I have a bunch in my collection. I should just do a show of all those covers anyway. But this one here is on the Dig label, and all the songs sung on this EP are by a group called the Blue Jays, who are really the Squires from Pasadena, California, who also recorded on the Kicks label and on Larry Mead's Vita label. But here they are as the Blue Jays, and I'm playing a cover they do that was originally recorded by the Jewels on the R&B label, but I think Otis Williams and the Charms had the bigger hit of the record. But this one came out in January 1955. It's a cover by the Blue Jays, a.k.a. the Squires. It's on Dig Records. It features Lee Godot on lead. Give a listen to the Blue Jays version of Hearts of Stone.
Hearts made of stone will call you back, and all your love will stop sad. You can ask me, please break, and all your love will stop sad. Yes, hearts of stone will call you back, although your love will stop It's that attack. But she said, no, 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 no. Oh, daddy, no. I thought you knew I was made of stone. Yes, I just will cause you pain. Although your life will stop sad. You can ask and please, 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 please break. And all your life will stop sad. But she'll say no, 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 no. Oh, your daddy, no. I thought you knew I was made of stone.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That is off a what's the name? Dig This Record EP, Larry Mead's budget label there on Dig. I just posted that 45 on my Facebook page. You can check it out. The Hearts of Stone there by the Blue Jays, a.k.a. the Squires, recorded for Kix and Vita, but that one there from January 1955. Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We play them all the time. We also play the B-sides, but let's go back to a Sid Nathan label, this time back to Deluxe Records for this one, as it's the only release for this group, and I haven't played this one in a while. I really like this song. Bought this one from Louis Silvani in Times Square Records way back in the early 1980s. A song written by the lead singer. He goes by the name of Carlton Langford. This group is called the Blue Chips. We heard the Blue Dots. This group is called the Blue Chips. This one from December 1956, the Blue Chips on Deluxe, with their tune called Appointment with Love.
I've got an appointment with love. Ba, 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 wah. No, I won't worry no more. Ba, 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 wah. My girl, she told me that she'll wait. Appointment with love. Appointment with love. No, I won't worry no more. My girl, she told me that she'll wait appointment with love. Now I feel so good now. Happy, happy, yes, sirree. Feel just like a baby with a brand new tie. No, no, won't worry no more till. Happy, 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 yes, sirree. I got an appointment with love, appointment with love. Look at him, appointment with love.
They don't make records like that anymore. No, they don't. Those are the Blue Chips. The Blue Chips from December 1956. There, Carlton Langford on lead. He also wrote the tune. Sid Nathan's deluxe record label song entitled Appointment with Love. They like that one there in the top shelf oldies charm. You have an appointment with Johnny G every Saturday night right here on Top Shelf Oldies starting at 10 o'clock, listening to original vinyl 45s. We continue here, and over the last few weeks I have been featuring some sides by this great group, and here is one on Leonard Chess's Checker label. Now, the A side of this 45 was featured in an Alan Freed movie. I'm sure maybe almost all of you saw. If you did not see this movie, you do have to check it out. The movie he does called Rock, 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 just for the historical footage of the groups in it. I mean, the storyline's a little wacky, but the groups, to see them, even to lip sync to their songs, you have to watch that movie. And this group lip synced to their song Would I Be Crying? But we're going to give a spin to the B side, which was not part of the film. And the cool thing about this song, the special thing about this song, is that the record speeds up, or should I say is really slow at the start, then it speeds up, then it slows back down. And it was written by group member Zeke Carey, but it features Nate Nelson on lead. You know I'm talking about the Flamingos, and I love those Checker West Coast presses. They are the best. They are nice vinyl copies for you collectors out there. You want the West Coast Checker records. This one from November 1956, the Flamingos on Checker with their tune called Just for a Kick.
So I knew you would never be true, but I'll go on loving you, no matter what you do. Just for a kick, you let me caress you. Just for a kick, you let me hold you tight. We did the town a bright shade of brown, and then you left me alone in the night. Just for a kick, you let me enchant you. Just for a kick, I took a stroll through the park. It was you and I beneath a star-studded sky, but still you left me alone with tears in my eyes. But somehow I knew you would never be true, but I'll go on loving you, no matter what you do. Please believe me when I say, even though you're far away, I hope you got your kicks, sweetheart. So I knew you would never be true, but I'll go on loving you, no matter what you do.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, November 1956 release there for the Flamingos. Nate Nelson there on lead. Checker Records, Leonard Chess's Checker record label there. That's the B-side to Would I Be Crying, a song I really like by them too. A song called Just for a Kick. Johnny G here is Just for a Kick every Saturday. No, not really. Really enjoy playing my original vinyl 45s for you, the Top Shelf Oldies listeners. And I got an email today. PJ, I forget who it was, but hopefully want to just say thank you for the email and hope you're digging on the tunes this evening. We'll send out this next 45 on the Empire record label. And the group is out of Los Angeles, California. They put out about a half a dozen releases under 4 different group names. They recorded as the Preludes, the Youngsters, the Tempters, and them featuring him. Those were the names of the groups that they recorded under. And here's their 3rd release on George Mottola, Helen Krinitz, and Emil Bailey's Empire record label, and this time they were using the name The Tempters for this release. And there are dual leads on this A-side. I'm playing the A-side of the 45. Donald Miller and Homer Green, they are doing dual leads. And when I was listening to this 45 earlier, there was a skip in it. Sometimes it skipped, other times it didn't. I changed the needles. Just keep your fingers crossed. There was one spot, and it's a mint copy, and I can't see where it is. I just don't see any marks in the wax, so it might be a pressing issue. I don't know. But anyway, let's give it a spin here and keep your fingers crossed it doesn't skip in that one spot. Let's go back to June 1956. This is on the Empire label, The Tempters, with their tune called I'll See You Next Fall.
Tick-tock, lazy, lazy clock. Tick-tock, lazy, lazy clock. Darling, please don't cry. Ha ha ha, this is not goodbye. Ha ha ha, every night I'll ride till I see you next fall. Oh, before you go, I want you to know, I'll be true to you till I see you next fall. I'll go by the schoolhouse each evening, pretending you're walking with me. And when I try to sleep, I'll end up counting sheep. Oh, the summer will be. I would give my all to make school bells call. I can't wait until I see you next fall.
Not happy about that. There was not one skip. There was another one in there. I don't know what's going on. You know, sometimes what they do is when they press up the records, they don't change that stamper. There's only a certain amount of records they can press with a stamper before it starts wearing out. So sometimes you get these mint records and they play just horrible because it's at the end of the pressing cycle of that stamper. And who knows, sometimes that is the issue. And can't return this. I bought this probably about 40 years ago. Anyway, I apologize for those skiffs. Going to have to work on that record. Anyway, what are you going to do? Well, John G here spinning. Oh, well, let's say that we just heard the Tempters from June 1956. I'm not going to transpose the years. That one there on the Empire record label. I'll see you next fall. I'm going to see another record coming up next here on the turntable here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And as I lose my place, and this next group, you all know this next group because they are out of Harlem, New York, as I'm looking for my page here, and I found it. Yes, I did. As this is one of my favorite groups out of Harlem, New York, and they were the embodiment of the New York sound, and their career started in the early days of rhythm and blues and continued throughout the rock and roll period, extending into the early days of soul. Yes, they even have some cool soul recordings. But here is their 12th release on High Weiss's Old Town record label. The great Milton Love is on lead. You know I'm talking about the Solitaires. This one came out in November of 1957. Old Town Records, the Solitaires, with their tune called Thrill of Love.
When I hear the vows of bride and groom, when I see the blossoms in full bloom, when I feel the touch of your lips, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love. When I see the sun break through a cloud, when I pass a church and hear God's vow, when I feel the warmth of your smile, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love. The hanging garden of Babylon, Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls are three great wonders of the world. When love is greater than all the world, yeah. When I hear the vows of bride and groom, when I see the blossoms in full bloom, when I feel the touch of your lips, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love, wonderful thrill of love, wonderful thrill of love.
Those are the great Solitaires. The Solitaires with Milton Love on lead. I mean, I don't think they do a bad record. They don't do a bad record, in my opinion. That's a great two-sided 45. The Solitaire's November 1957 release, High Wise's Old Town record label. Thrill of Love is the name of that one. John G gets a thrill every Saturday night spinning my original vinyl right here on Top Shelf Oldies. We're doing it chronologically here, 50s in the first half, early 60s in the second. Let's continue here, and I'm sure many of you know this next group from the Bronx, New York. Just posted the 45 on my Facebook page as they recorded two on the RCA subsidiary Vic Records, and here is their second and the harder of the two to find. It's an interracial group, consisted of three African Americans. Henry Jackson, he was the first tenor, Bobby Higgs was the second tenor, and Henry Eli, he was the baritone, and a white Jewish 12-year-old boy as the lead singer. He goes by the name of Paul Himmelstein. This is their second release on Vic, released in October 1957. These are the Heartbreakers with their tune called Love You Till the Day I Die. Those are the Heartbreakers. The Heartbreakers, their second release on the Vic record label subsidiary of RCA Records. Actually, it was first X Records. Then they transposed it into Vic Records. October 1957, the Heartbreakers with Paul Himmelstein on lead. Love You Till the Day I Died. Yeah, they do in 1956. They were on the amateur hour at the Apollo. I have it. It's not a great sounding 45. I mean, as far as the quality goes. But they did the Come Back My Love by the Wrens, a great a cappella rendition of the song. I have it somewhere in the No Humidity basement. I will get it on a future Vinyl Treasure show. Let's continue here. Let's continue. And I opened up last week's vocal portion with the A side of this next 45 on Bill Lastly's Amp 3 record label. The side was called Zippity Zip, a great up-tempo, frantic up-tempo song that this group does. But let's give a spin to the B-side, which is an excellent ballad in my opinion, with Teddy McRae and his orchestra. It's really a group, an unknown group called the Empires. This is the B-side of their Alone 45. It's from August 1957, the Empires on Amp 3 with their tune called If I'm a Fool.
I search for you, darling, by night and by day, because I'm so lonely since you went away. I missed you so much I could cry. If I'm just a fool, tell me why. Although my friends told me that you were untrue, how could I believe them? I loved only you. I know now that I wasn't smart. A fool shouldn't lead with his heart. I hope we meet again, dear, and try to make a man. And if we never meet again, I'd like to say that we are still friends. Goodbye, my false lover, and now that we're through, I worship you, darling. I love only you. I miss you so much I could cry. If I'm just a fool, tell me why. If I'm just a fool, tell me why.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Those are the Empires. The Empires from August 1957 on the Amp 3 record label, song entitled If I'm a Fool. Another 45 I purchased from Louis Silvani in Times Square Records. Used to walk into their Dobbs Ferry store back in the mid-'80s or so, before he relocated from the Bronx. He had the store in the Bronx. I still think he has that store there in the Bronx, or out of his home or something like that. But anyway, used to walk in there with my Kreider book. The gold Kreider book. So go back to think of when that gold book came out, and I would walk in there and he would have his computer guy, Glenn Fossil, who has since passed away. He'd be at the computer and I'd read off the labels. I said, let's go to Federal and type in the Dominoes. And he'd say, okay, I have the Dominoes here. Yeah, Louis has it for $150. I said, are you kidding? That is too much money. He goes, well, that's what you're going to have to pay. I said, well, I'll pass. And so I'd be going back and forth with Glenn, and that's how I used to purchase from Louis stock, because I'd go there every couple of weeks and then they'd pull the records out and I picked them up in the evening. That's what I was doing back then. One of the ways that I was collecting. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue here. Up next, an artist from Greenville, South Carolina, who was Capitol Records' answer to Little Richard. as this artist cut a series of some of the most frantic rock and roll records ever made, or at least on the Capitol record label, and he had a wildness on stage and when he would perform. His real name was Stephen Quincy Reader Jr. He was born November 20th, 1935. You might also know him as SQ Reader. And SQ for his initials, that name was because of his initials S.Q. And he called himself SQ Reader. And he had many recordings under that name, but I'm featuring his second release on the Capitol label. And he was known as Escurita. Escurita was his name on Capitol. And this one from September 1958. Escurita here, Capitol Records. His tune is called Rockin' the Joint.
They were rocking in the joint and everybody was rocking with me. Rocking in the joint and everybody was rocking with me. Standing in the corner wishing somebody rock with me. Now they were rocking in the joint and everybody was rocking with me. Rocking in the joint, everybody was rocking with me. Standing in the corner wishing somebody rock with me. They rocking in the kitchen, rocking in the couch. Don't know what they were doing, but when they kicked it all out, rocking in the joint, everybody was rocking with me. Standing in the corner wishing somebody rock with me. Rock with me.
That is Escurita. Escurita there, the second release he recorded on the Capitol record label. Warren mentions that he also has an album. I did read that Little Richard actually sounded like Escurita. I saw that on the internet today. But I'm like, this record came out, his signing with Capitol Records was in 1958. Little Richard came out, 1955, at least with those rockin' tunes on the specialty label. But anyway, that is Escurita. Escurita, September 1958, rockin' the joint on the Capitol label. And he had other releases on different labels. Minute, Everest, Instant, another one on Crosstone and other labels too, but unfortunately he died of complications from AIDS on October 23rd, 1986 at the age of 50. But he left us with some cool rockin' tunes as we remember here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue. We continue as I really love this next song by this group as we go to Dootsy Williams' Duto record label for this group called the Cufflinks, spelled with an X. Now, this Cufflinks group is an entirely different group than the one that recorded Guided Missiles and It's Too Late Now, as Dootsy Williams wanted to capitalize on a cover song that was originally done by the Casuals, a song called So Tough, which at the time, early 1958, was on challenge by a group also called the Cufflinks, but spelled with a K. So what did Dootsy Williams do? He created a brand new group and called them the Cufflinks with an X. And the lead for the group was someone by the name of Henry Houston, who was formerly the lead of the Raindrops that recorded for the Spin It label, also on the Vega label. But I'm not going to play that A cover side called So Tough. It's the B-side that I like better, as this one's from January 1958. These are the Cufflinks with Henry Houston on lead. Duto Records for this one. The song is called My Love Is With You.
My love, my love, my love, my love, ooh, my love, my love, my love is with you, no matter where you go. Each falling tear sends a message saying I love you so. My love is with you when you're sad and blue, when you're in doubt or lonely, in your heart I'll be there. My love, my love, my love. Love is the light that brings out the emotions that I feel. Our light will shine forever. I know this love is real. My love is with you. So darling, have no fear. In each and every way, I'll always love you. My love, my love, my love. Love is the light that brings out the emotions that I feel. Our lights will shine forever. I know this love is real. My love is with you when you're sad and blue. In each and every way, I'll always love you. Always love you.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. January 58 release, Dootsy Williams, Duto, D-O-O-T-O record label. Those are the Cufflinks with an X. Cufflinks with an X. And Henry Houston on lead for that one. A song entitled My Love Is With You. That is the B-side to So Tough. You collectors out there gotta be careful. When I scour the eBay listings, some people are listing those reissues with the zip codes on those maroon Dutones. It's so obvious. Don't get caught with that. I saw a bunch of people listing some expensive or listing them expensively, but they're even telling you in the dead wax it'll say like Atco 6058. There is no way that those records were pressed that way. So you have to be careful, you young collectors out there, on the bootlegs. I went to a record store in Hastings, New York, and I think probably the rarest record I walked out of there with, or probably the most expensive or the cheapest, was one by on Laurie on that powder blue label. Actually, was a rockabilly record by, I think her name is Kathy Z. I think that's her name. But he had a bunch of reproductions in there. I didn't want to tell those kids that. I said, you know what? these records that you're selling, I mean, you have much too much on the prices here, as they should only be something like $3 to $10 unless they're red vinyl reproductions or those ratio boots that go for a lot more money. But they had Lost Night records there for like $7.99. You can get them for $2 on eBay, and I don't think they really knew that much, and they were really not interested in that. But they had a bunch of some R&B records in there. Somebody's collection, they had like nice little stickers on them. Some of them were in off condition. I'm trying to think the one that I got that was a good price. There was one that usually goes for about $40. They had $7 on it. It was a nice mint copy. Anyway, enough of Johnny G's babbling here. Let's continue here. Up next, a group out of Brooklyn, New York, and you all know their biggest hit from 1958. First came out on the Amp 3 label. Then Mercury picked it up for national distribution. I'm sure some of you or many of you own the record or definitely know the song One Summer Night, but they had 3 more releases on Mercury. My favorite by them was a 45 that my aunt purchased in 1958. Actually, their follow-up to One Summer Night, a song called I Really Love You. That was their second. This is their third, which is a cover song that was first recorded by a group called the Elgins on the MGM record label. This one features Jimmy Weston on lead. We go back to December of 1958. Of course, I'm talking about the Dan Lears. The Dan Lears on Mercury with their cover song of the Elgins, A Picture of You.
Boom, 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 boom.
December 1958 release there for the Dan Lears. The Dan Lears on the Mercury record label, Jimmy Weston on lead there, A Picture of You, originally done by the Elgins on the MGM record label. Great tune the Elgins do. I like a tad better. Yes, I do. They have other cool releases, the Dan Lears, on Epic Records, on Everest Records, on Smash, and some other labels too. But John G's spinning original vinyl 45s here for a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes. And let's continue here as I played the B-side of this next 45 on last week's Vinyl Treasure Show. If you recall, the song was called The Witchamacallit, as done by Sam Hawkins and a group that's not mentioned on the label. They were called The Crystals. Now, here is the A-side of the 45, which is a cool ballad which did well regionally, as this song was number 5 on WAMS out of Wilmington, Delaware. It's on George Goldner's Gone record label. It's the first of 2 for Sam Hawkins, released in September 1958. Gone record, Sam Hawkins with his tune called King of Fools. Whoa, no way. There you go.
True, I broke my own heart. I'm the king of fools. I said goodbye. I broke all the rules. I'm wearing the crown. I'm the king of fools. If I could hold her hand again and love I have missed, I'd beg, steal or borrow for the one tender kiss. I laughed aloud, now my tears fall in pools. I'm wearing the crown, I'm the king of fools. Yes, darling, I said goodbye, and I broke all the rules. I'm alone on the throne now, and I'm the king of all fools. I laughed aloud, now my tears fall in pools. I'm wearing the crown, I'm the king of fools. I'm the king of fools. Yes, I'm the king of fools.
That is the debut single there for Sam Hawkins and a group known as the Crystals. September 1958, the first of 2 on George Goldner's Gone record label, a styrene press. That played pretty nice, I guess we'll say. Song entitled King of Fools has other releases. This artist has other releases, some on Decca, has another one. He went back to End Records after Decca. There's one on May. There's another one on Arnold. He has another one on Blue Cat, and I think a couple other records also that I do have in the Johnny G collection. Enough of my babbling here. Johnny G spinning original vinyl 45s. We do it every Saturday, 12 to midnight, right here with a little bit of overtime. And let's continue here. Up next, a Hispanic group from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. They were called Lincoln Fig and the Dates. Now, Lincoln Fig, he is really Ivan Figueroa. That's his name. And also the bass of the group goes by the name of Eddie Lopez, and the group was associated with the Ellery Street Bops, which was a Brooklyn area-based gang. Was anybody out there a member of a gang? I was a member of a gang in my local, when I used to live in my grandmother's apartment house, but they were my friends on the street. It's not like we would go around and beat up anybody, but they used to have those other gangs on other streets that were kind of like mean. I don't know if they were really, sometimes I think they were juvenile delinquents, and I'll see if I go to my 40th high school reunion, if I can now tell them that they were juvenile delinquents. Maybe I will. I don't know. But anyway, let's give a spin to this record. It's on Gil Snapper's Worthy label out of 550 Fifth Avenue in New York City. Worthy Records here, 1958, released by Lincoln Fig and the Dates. A song entitled Way Up.
Way up in the sky. Way up, way up, way up, way up. Way up, way up, way up, way up. Way up, way up, way up, way up. Way up in the sky.
Tales of Galloping Woe here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. You know, I used to say that it was Dick Heatherton. I remember he was a disc jockey on CBS FM when they were playing 50s. He would say, a tale of galloping woe. He was actually Joey Heatherton's brother, was a disc jockey here in New York City on CBS FM. But anyway, that is Lincoln Fig and the Dates there from 1958 on the Worthy label. Song entitled Way Up. Now, you collectors out there, be very careful because this record was repressed. Like 1960 or 61, Times Square Records was selling it. It's easy to tell the difference. Got those wavy lines on the Worthy press. It's got to have the straight lines there for you collectors. Got any questions about collecting? Send Johnny G an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com because I know a lot about originals and bootlegs, whatnot. I call out so many people. Actually, eBay wanted me to. They wanted me to police the record sites looking for reproductions and bootlegs and letting them know. And I kind of gave the sellers the benefit of the doubt. I would contact them. I said, look, you're not selling an original there. I know it as a fact. And they said, thanks for telling me. They still left it up. Other people took it down and said it was a bootleg or whatnot. But look, I tell eBay about it. They want me to tell them about it, so I do. So if anybody's wondering if they're all of a sudden their record comes off sale, maybe I saw it. Anyway, enough of my babbling here. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I got the other CD in there. All right, let's go. Let's flip over a rare 45 I played from last week's show on Zell Sanders' J&S record label. J&S Records out of the Bronx, New York, but this group called the Endeavors, they were out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. And the side that I featured, the A-side, was called Suffering With My Heart. And now the B-side is a great side, too, written by the lone male member of the group. His name is Kenneth Wilson. This one features Virginia Davis on lead. This one from 1959, J&S Records, The Endeavors, with a song called I Got the Feeling. Whoops, wrong one.
I got the feeling.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's a rare 45. Rare 45 on Zell Sanders' J&S record label out of the Bronx, New York, for a group called the Endeavors. That's the B-side of the 45. I Got the Feeling. That one there, Virginia Davis on lead, 1959 release. You get the feeling every Saturday night right here on Top Shelf Oldies when I spin my original vinyl 45s. And Charlene nor I could find any info on this next group by the name Encores. But there are a few groups called the Encores, but they have this lone release on the short-lived Bow record label out of 1650 Broadway in New York City. Was a subsidiary of Arrow Records. Now, this label had a total of 9 overall releases, and I guess really the best 45 on the label is probably that one by the Chuckalucks that they do called Heaven Knows. But other artists on the label were Buzz Clifford. I think he had 2 releases on the Bow label. Rabbit and Gino, Ginny Angel, Otis Banks, and Freddie Scott. They were also on the label. I think I have all those 45s. I do. And this one is by the group called the Encores. And I want to send this one out to my sweetie Barbara, as had a nice time with Barbara this afternoon. And they're singing about Barbara, this group called the Encores. This is from April 1958, Bow Records, the Encores, with their tune called Barbara Going Out to Barbara.
Barbara, she's lovelier than a rose in June. She's sweeter than the sweetest too. I'll go mad if she don't come home soon. Oh, Barbara, I beg of you, please hear my plea. I need your love to end this misery. Without you, life mean nothing to me. Such as you never know, Barbara. Now that you're gone, my life is spare. Come back, let's mend our love affair. Come back and you'll find out I've learned to care. Through all times, I'll cling to you if you come back where you belong. When you're sad, I'll bring to such as you never know, Barbara. Now that you're gone, my life is fair. Come back, let's mend our love affair. Come back and you'll find out I've learned to care.
April 1958, released there by the Encores on the Bow record label, going out to my sweetie Barbara. That is the name of the tune, Barbara, there. The Encores from 1958, as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And here's the last 45 out of the 50s. This one here from 1959 for a group out of Chicago, Illinois on James P. Johnson's Marvello record label, and not an easy 45 to find nowadays, as this group is called the Populaires. Actually, this was one of the 45s that was on eBay that was being sold as a bootleg. Now, the originals of this have to have Sheldon stamped in the dead wax. Very difficult difficult for bootleggers out there to get that stamp, that Sheldon stamper. So that's one of the signals to know if you have an original. A lot of the reissues of the bootlegs, they don't have those original stampers, although be careful because some of the guys out there do, and I know who they are, but I can't say it over the air. No, I can't. You just have to be careful. Anyway, this is a great tune. I love this record. We're featuring the intended A-side here, Marvello Records, 1959, the Populaires with their tune called I Lost My Heart. Cool 45s for a Saturday evening. That one there by the Populaires, 1959 release on the Marvello record label out of Chicago, Illinois. Cool tune there, song entitled I Lost My Heart. Johnny G not losing, hopefully not your heart. Hope you're digging on the tunes here every Saturday right here on Top Shelf Oldies. Let's continue here. And we move into 1960. Remember purchasing this 45 way back in the late 70s or early 80s from a dealer in Massachusetts. Anybody ever dealt with Mike Michelle? And I met him at a Connecticut record show, one of the first shows. They used to have record shows on Friday night at a lot of these hotel lobbies. And, you know, after work, you can go to the record show and it wouldn't cost a lot, like $20 to set up a table. And you'd go there and they'd be up till about midnight or so, like something like 6 to midnight to selling records. And I drove all the way, I forget where in Connecticut. It wasn't that far over the New York border with a bunch of guys. And this guy had some records in the box. And he said, I'll get you on my mailing list for a set sale. And it was this guy, Mike Michelle. And he came down from Massachusetts, and he would give you this set sale list, and they were like $3 a piece across the board. Of course, he had some records that he would price a little higher, like you can get the bop chords on the Black Holiday label for like $12 back then. But I never would win it, because by the time he received my letter, I mean, this was way before, PCs and everything else. So no emails at this time. Everything was by carrier pigeon. But he had quantity on this record. And anyway, it's a great two-sided 45. It's on Frank Pappalardo's Casa Grande label out of Woburn, Massachusetts. I know I pronounced that one right. And the group is from Brockton, Massachusetts. They have 2 releases on the label. The lead singer is Big John Croft. He's doing lead. This one from August of 1960. They're called The Blends. The Blends on Casa Grande. Give a listen to their tune. It's called Now It's Your Turn.
Now it's your turn to love me forevermore. I love you, baby, until the day I die. I love you, baby, since you were sweet 16. Now it's your turn to be my teen queen. I love you, baby, until the day
August 1960 release there for The Blends on the Casa Grande record label. I love the logo. Casa Grande Records of Distinction. Yes, those are The Blends. Big John Croft on lead, song entitled Now It's Your Turn. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Yes, Warren, not all 45s have marks in the dead wax. There's a song by the Miners on the Celeste label called Jerry. There's supposed to be no marks in that dead wax, but you got to be very careful on that record. Easy to detect that record as a bootleg. Just ask Johnny G. Let's continue here. Got an ultra rare 45 here on the turntable. Really, Charlene nor I could find much information about it. It's an RCA press. So I can tell you it starts with the letter L, the matrix number. So that means it's a 1960 release. It's on a label called PMP. And we're listening to side 2 of the 45, written by someone by the name of Purdue. I wonder if he is the chicken guy Purdue, but I don't think his name is H. Purdue. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the group's called the Delicados, Deli-Cados. I just posted this one on my Facebook page. Let's give it a spin. It's a rare 45, 1960, the Delicados on PMP, a song called Now I've Confessed.
Now I've confessed that I love you, darling. What more can I do? Oh, what a crazy old feeling. Funny, my dear, but it's true. You've got me gazing at moonbeams, counting the waves in the sea, whistling Caruso's old love song. People are laughing at me. Here we are in a garden.
Now I've confessed.
The moon steals the day.
Now I've confessed.
But when I touch your lips, dear, the moon just fades away. But if you ever should leave me, off in the blue you would go. I'll come to you with my arms wide open. Now I've confessed, dear. You know.
Ultra rare 45s here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The Delicados is the name of the group, a 1960 release on the PMP record label. And I know that Purdue's got to fit in there somewhere. Anyway, it's called Now I've Confessed. And Johnny G has to confess I play only original vinyl 45s here for a Saturday evening. I got to say, when I was listening to Sirius XM, I was listening to Soul Town. Actually, it was today on my way back from Barbara's. I was listening to Soul Town. They played Heat Wave by Martha and the Vandellas. It was such an awful MP3 or CD version of it. You can barely, maybe it was like another type of stereo version of it. It was just horrible sounding. I'll take the VG original any day of the week, because those Motown records, they always play well, even when they're worn out. Yes, they do. Enough of my babbling here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next artist from Detroit, Michigan. First started recording back in 1958 on the Kudo label. He does a great song, a song called Once Upon a Time, but then he signed on with United Artists Records and connected with the up-and-coming Motown king, of course, that being Berry Gordy Jr., had a number of hits on the United Artists record label. One of my favorites that he does is a song called Move to Mountains, but he followed it up with this tune, which made it up to number 58 on the Billboard Hot 100, was number 39 on Cashbox, was number 50 15 on KIST in Santa Barbara, California. Also did well in Springfield, Massachusetts on WSPR. In Pittsburgh, this record was a big hit on WEEP, and also in Philadelphia on WIBG. This was a big hit for Mr. Marv Johnson. This is one that I purchased at that record store for $2. Got a nice mint copy of this record. October 1960, Marv Johnson on United Artists with his tune called Happy Days.
You're going away, won't ask you to stay. Though this is the end, we're gonna still be friends. Whoa, happy, happy days. I wish for you. Happy, happy days. I wish for you. Thank you for the picture. I'm smiling, can't you see? Thanks for the lovely hours you gave to me. Whoa, happy, happy day. I wish for you. Happy, happy days. I wish for you. I know, my darling, you found someone new, but still, my darling, I love only you. Goodbye, goodbye. Though hard I've tried, all that's left for me to do is cherish memories of you. Whoa, happy, happy days. I wish for you. Happy, happy days. I wish for you. So long, bye-bye. Though you broke my heart, so long, bye-bye. We're gonna have to part. So long, bye-bye. Though you've done me wrong, so long, goodbye. Though you made me cry.
October 1960 release there by Mr. Marv Johnson. Marv Johnson on United Artists Records, song entitled Happy Days. I hate those styrene presses. You got to be careful with those styrene presses. That's another thing out there for you collectors out there. I've never really seen a bootleg styrene press. I mean, I've seen on Elvis Presley records, they actually put Sun labels on the RCA presses. I have seen that, and I think maybe they've pasted labels over some of those styrene presses, but I've never really seen a bootleg that was pressed on styrene. But you got to be careful out there. Because I've looked at these records, and I've even told some of these guys that think they were originals, I said, this is not an original. No way. I mean, one of them was with The Closer You Are, with the channels on Bob Dan Music. That reproduction looks really good. But you see, all those 45s from the 1950s that get pressed on 78, they have a 45 dash in the dead wax. That was to differentiate from the 45 press on the Matrix versus the 78. So a lot of the collectors don't know that for those 1950s records when 78s were being pressed. So you have to be careful. That's just one of the things. Well, anyway, John G babbling on here. Let's continue with more music. And on last week's Vinyl Treasure Show, I played a 45 on the Glotus label by a group called the Colleagues. Now, the song was called I Want You, I Need You. Another 45 that me nor Charlene could find any information about this group. But let's give a spin to the B side of the 45, as both this side is also written by Dossie Terry and Leslie Butler. This label out of 1650 Broadway in New York City. It's called Glotus Records. 1961, they're called the Colleagues. The song is called A Tear Fell.
A tear fell when you said goodbye, and you made me cry. A tear fell. A tear fell. I saw you by his side. Don't you know it hurt in my pride? A tear fell. A tear fell. Boom, 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 boom. Every night I would cry, hoping for your desire. I'm sorry, my dear, that I hurt you so inside. Haven't seen another sunny day since you've been away. A tear fell. A tear fell. Boom, 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 boom. Every night I will cry, hoping for your desire. I'm sorry, my dear, that I hurt you so inside. Now I know why those tears fall from my eyes. It's because I hurt you so inside. A tear fell. A tear fell.
1961 release there for the Colleagues. The Colleagues on the Glotus record label out of New York City. Their song entitled A Tear Fell. We move on here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and I like both sides of this next 45 on Herman Lubinsky's Sharp record label out of Newark, New Jersey, subsidiary of Savoy Records. Now, checking the Savoy Records discography, they have the details of all the Savoy sessions on the internet. You can check it out. Just I forget what I typed in there. I think I typed in like Savoy sessions, and I think I typed in maybe the matrix number, etc. But they have a lot of cool information, like the band members and the background singers, and you know who sang what instrument or what backup group was singing behind it, if there's a single artist with groups, etc. But this I researched this one on the Sharp label, and all they had for this one was a vocal group, and they mentioned that it was recorded on January 13th, 1960. It also gave the matrix numbers of the A and B side, and that it was released on Sharp 105. That was it. Nothing else about this record. But I'm playing the B side of the 45. It although it was recorded in January of 1960, 1960. They didn't release it until April of that year. Let's give a spin to the Enchanters. It's on Sharp Records. The song is called We Make Mistakes.
Oh, we make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I'm so sorry, darling, I've lost you. And for the heartaches I've caused you. But darling, it won't happen again. Oh, never again. Forgive me. Forgive me, darling, I've caused you so much pain. And my whole life will never be the same. And darling, it won't happen again. I know I was wrong, dear. It's been all so long, dear, since I held you close in my arms. How can I explain, dear, when my heart is in pain, dear? I suffer and lost all of your charm. Forgive me, darling, I've caused you so much pain. And my whole life will never be the same. And darling, it won't happen. Oh, yeah.
Those are the Enchanters. The Enchanters from April 1960. Sounds a little earlier than that, but they recorded that one January 13th, 1960 on the Sharp record label. A song entitled We Make Mistakes. Yes, we do. We always make mistakes, but hopefully we learn from our mistakes. That is the best way. But there are people that definitely don't learn from their mistakes. They continue to make the same mistake. But Johnny G does not. Johnny G babbling on here. Hope you're digging on the tunes here for a Saturday evening, 12 to midnight. It is now midnight. We will do Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's continue here for this next group out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, two members of this group were previously members of Otis Williams' Charms, but they left the Charms in 1959. Those two members were Lonnie Carter and Winfred Gerald, and they formed a new group, and they called themselves the Escos. Now, their first record came out in 1959 on the Esta label, a pretty rare 45 that I have featured here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. But they signed with Sid Nathan's Federal record label, had 4 releases, and here is their second one. Actually, there's some really nice sides by the Escos, and I think one time maybe Warren did request this record at one time, and I know I must have played it for Warren, but it's a great tune. This one from July of 1961, the Escos on Federal, their second release on Federal, a song entitled Whatcha Bet.
I'll win you someday. What you bet? What you bet? What you bet? I'm going to make you my little pet. And when I get you, I know for sure you love me too. Love me too. Whoa, I'm really asking for too much to ever ask for your loving touch. And when I get you, you're going to love me. What you bet? What you bet? What you bet? Whoa, I made my mind up when you came along. You were the girl I want to call my own. All my life I've dreamed of someone like you. Share my love and make my dreams come true. Whoa, 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 I want you always. Don't forget the love I'll give you. You won't regret. And so my darling, you're going to love me. What you bet? What you bet? What you bet? Whoa, I made my mind up when you came along. You were the girl I want to call my own. All my life I've dreamed of someone like you. Share my love and make my dreams come true. Whoa, 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 I want you always. Don't forget the love I'm giving you. You won't regret. And so my darling, you're going to love me. What you bet? Hey, I'm gonna love you. What you bet?
Sid Nathan's federal record banner for that one. The second of four for the Escos. The Escos, July 1961, song entitled What You Bet. Haven't made a bet in a long time. And let's say not an illegal bet, but I have been at the casino. Can't remember. It was, I think, a family trip. And I know how to play 21. I don't have a poker face, so it's hard for Johnny G to play poker. Barbara wants me to teach her to play poker. I said, Barbara, you do not have a poker face. I think I could if I wanted to. But anyway, that's a cool tune there. What You Bet? What You Bet? Johnny G features only original vinyl 45s out of his collection every Saturday night from 10 to midnight. We are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime, so let's continue here. Up next, a group from Staten Island, New York. Actually, you know, when you hear of Staten Island, normally you think of the greatest group out of Staten Island from the 50s, that being Vito Picone and the Elegants, of course. But the founder of this group is the cousin of Vito Picone, and he goes by the name of James Faluco, but other members of this group were Johnny Zappola, Carl Bunce, Stephen Matera, and Anthony Moscato. Collectively, they were known as the Expressions. They had this one release on the Arliss label out of New York City. We go back to 1961, the Expressions on Arliss with their tune called My Love, My Love.
My love, you're the only one that I am dreaming of. So tell me, darling, that you're the girl for me. You'll always be in my heart. Whoa. My love, we've been going steady now
They're called the Expressions. Expressions from 1961. Song entitled My Love, My Love. That's on the Arliss record label. The problem with the Arliss label is that they are styrene presses. Most of them, I think the early ones, maybe the first two, though, are on vinyl. I think I got something by Jeannie Allen on Arliss that is a vinyl press, but these other ones sitting alphabetically by Carl Hamill Jr. is styrene. Another one, I forget his name, it's another styrene press. I hate styrene, I do, unless it plays well. Now this next 45 is a vinyl copy as we go out to California, to Los Angeles, California, to the Flip record label for this LA girl group. Great two-sided 45, by the way. It's the first of three they recorded for the Flip label, and we're going to send this one out to North Dakota Bob because I know he loves Lena Calhoun, who is doing lead on this record, and we send it out to him. It's from March of 1961. They're called The Emotions. The Emotions on Flip. The name of the tune is called Been Lookin' Your Way. March 1961 release there for The Emotions. Lena Calhoun on lead. We send that one out to North Dakota Bob. He's going to watch it on the YouTube archive. We'll get this show up on YouTube, actually recording it via Ustream Broadcaster. And you can go on my Facebook page, link into that if you want to see the original play of these records, although YouTube has been destroying my 1960s show. I get copyright infringements. They're still letting them play, but a constant copyright infringements on on obscure 60s records that I feature. I could see if I've been playing hits. I'm not playing hits. No, I'm not. Anyway, those are the Emotions there. Lena Calhoun on lead. Flip Records, Been Looking Your Way. John G looks your way every Saturday from 10 to midnight right here. We are doing Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's continue. And on last week's Vinyl Treasure Show, I played this rare 45 on the Kiski label out of Pittsburgh, PA by a group called the Alma Keys. The B side was called, or side 2 was called Please Come Back to Me. We're going to flip the 45 over, give a spin to the A side, written by the lead singer. He goes by the name of Roland Hayden, and the band providing instrumentation. They're called the Citations. Now, somebody asked me about the reference to the Corinthians on the bottom of the label. So if you go to my Facebook page and look for that Kiski 45, you'll see on the bottom it says 1 Corinthians 10:31. I don't know what that means. I didn't know what to answer the guy back with. So I think it was on one of the sites. Charlene shared the picture in one of the record sites. So I just thought that was pretty unusual on this record. But anyway, let's give a spin to the A side for the Alma Keys February 62 release on Kiski Records. The song is called Jumpin' Twist.
Well, there's a dance called the twist. Everybody's doing the jumping twist. Fat and small, skinny and tall. It really doesn't matter about the size at all. Do the jumping twist, do the jumping twist with me. Well, come on, baby, let's go downtown. There's a swinging dance that's going around. Your mama can't do it.
February 62 release. That is the A side of the 45. And they're trying to capitalize on the twist, more like slow twisting, according to Danny, currently in the Top Shelf Oldies show. And those are the Alma Keys. The Alma Keys on the on the Kiski record label, as John G loses his place. Jumpin' Twist is the name of that tune. Let's continue here. Got another rare 45, which I featured last week by this Chicago group called the Aqualos. I played side 1 of this rare 45. Came out on the M&M record label, song entitled In Between Tears. which was also covered by Chuck Jackson on the Juan label. But the flip side is a great ballad, too, written by the lead singer. His name is Willie Logan. This one's from 1962. They're called the Aqualos. It's on Eminem. The song is called Beneath the Sun.
I saw you standing there, the sunlight shining through your hair, and you looked so good right there underneath the sun. Underneath the sun, you looked so divine, my dear. Every look of love in your eyes seems to be driving me wild, but everything shall be alright, my dear. Underneath the sun.
Yes, baby doll, beneath that little old sun. You know, long time ago. And what I did to see those dear old days, one more one. You know, honey child, like I mean, like hugging and squeezing and kissing and all that stuff in the dark. What about you, baby doll? I hope you feel the same, 'cause I certainly do.
Underneath the sun, you looked so divine, dear. Don't you ever leave. Oh, you should love me till the end of time. Underneath God's sun.
Underneath God's
That group only known those odd like pops in the background. They also actually do a Christmas record that has a whole lot of those. I don't even know how they make that sound. But anyway, those are the Aqualos there. Willie Logan on lead. 1962, a song he wrote called Beneath the Sun. M&M Records for that one. Now, you might have a 45 by Willie Logan, actually from 1964 on the Jerry O label. Willie Logan and the Plaids, You Conquered Me. That is one of the 45s that he did later on. Anyway, enough of my babbling here. Johnny G and Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's go back to Philadelphia, PA for this group called the Blend Tones, as this 45 came out on other labels too. This one, the original I'm featuring, is on the Donnell label, but also came out on Chick Car, and I think a third press came out on Imperial Records, but I have it on the original Donnell record label out of Philadelphia, PA. It's from 1961. They're called the Blend Tones. The Blend Tones with their tune called Turn on Those Lights, Please.
You know I went to see a chick just the other night. As soon as I sit in the chair, she turned out the lights and I said, lights please, you're squeezing please, lights please, stop teasing please. So then I can see, please turn on those lights. I got up from my seat, I started to the door. She held me tight around my waist and pulled me across the floor. And I said, lights please, you're squeezing please, said I loved her, so I knew I had to stay. She said, lights please, you're squeezing me. Lights please, stop teasing me. Completely outside, please turn on those lights. Baby, I know I hate to be alone, but I really got to get on home. Let's say goodnight, let go my sleep. I hate to make it, baby, but I really got to leave. Start on the door to make my getaway. But when she said I loved her, so I knew I had to stay. She said, lights please, won't turn on. Lights please, wish you were completely outside. Please turn on those. Please turn on those. Please turn on those
Out of Philadelphia, PA there, those are the Blend Tones, 1961 release. Featured it on the Don L record label. The full title that starts out in parentheses, turn on those, close parentheses, lights, comma, please. That is the original title on the Don L record label. If you collectors out there, be careful. There are, because that record that I played was a polished copy. And there are a number of ways to polish records. Some of the dealers out there, they try to, I don't know why they did this, but they try to make the record look better than it is. But when you play it, it sounds pretty horrific, or it doesn't play very clearly. On some of the methods, like the one that was used on this record, they wear down the grooves. They actually buff the record with actually like a buffer spinning machine. And I've never seen the process. I know some of my colleagues have seen it. And I don't know if the top polisher is still doing it, but there is someone in the state of Philadelphia that was the master of it. He called them, send me your records and I will clean them. No, you polish them and you actually mess up the sound of the record because you lowered the grooves so the needle does not fit in right. Anyway, enough of my babbling. Here we are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. Let's continue. Let's go back to Pittsburgh. This is a big Pittsburgh record with those doo-wop collectors in the Pittsburgh area. And the song written by the late singer-songwriter Johnny Jack. His real name is Johnny Greco. A beggar that became a king. He does a great tune on the Gone record label, but he wrote this song. This one arranged by Jim Drake, and it says Leroy on the label, but it's really Leroy Grammer. He is doing lead, and this record charted regionally, charted at number 17 on WEDA out of Grover City, Pennsylvania. We go back to December of 1962 for the Enchantments on Romac, and their tune called Lonely Heart.
Lonely heart, don't be so sad. Someday in the future you'll find keep on believing. You'll find romance. You'll find
That goes out to all the Pittsburgh, PA listeners. As all those folks in Pittsburgh that listen to this type of music, they love that tune there by the Enchantments. December 1962 on the Romac record label. Leroy Grammer on lead, their tune called Lonely Heart. John G here doing Vinyl Treasure Overtime, spinning original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Let's continue here for this group out of Brooklyn, New York. Now, if this record was played today, the DJs would probably be arrested for domestic violence. I don't know if anybody, this title is very violent, and we know today with domestic violence and women, it's a no-go, but I think that's what they're singing about with this next record, this group from Brooklyn, which is why it probably was not a hit. But really, the thing I can tell you about this group, this is another group called the Empires that Jay Black of Jay and the Americans, he was a member of this group. I forget his name, because he does do lead on the flip side, which I will play next week. But this was the intended A-side. Time and a Place is the side that Jay Black does lead on. But I'm playing the A-side of the 45, written by the lead singer. His name is Marty Sanders. And this one produced by Robert Mercy. I don't think this record could be played today, but we're playing it here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's from August of 62. These are the Empires on Epic, a song called Punch Your Nose.
Hey man, you know what I'm gonna do to you?
What are you gonna do to me?
I'm gonna punch your nose.
Punch my nose.
I'll poke your eye.
Poke my eye.
I'll tear your clothes.
Tear my clothes.
I'll make you cry. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh. Well, I see you staring at my little girl. And I can see your eyes are starting to well. But if you like a living in this world, well, you better get your eyes off of my girl. Because I'm gonna punch your nose.
Punch your nose.
I'll poke your eye.
Poke your eye.
I'll tear your clothes.
Tear your clothes.
I'll make you cry. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, Well, I'm a peaceable man, they say, and I'd like to keep it that way. But if you don't do like I said, I'm gonna bust every bone in your head. So if you wanna stay healthy, happy and gay, just pick yourself up and walk on away. Yeah, 'cause if you mess with my woman, you're sure gonna pay. And you don't wanna be early for the judgment day. Because I'm gonna punch your nose.
Punch your nose.
I'll poke your eye.
Poke your eye.
I'll tear your clothes.
Tear your clothes.
I'll make you cry. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh.
You wouldn't hit a man with glasses on now, would you?
You wanna bet?
Oh, that hurts.
I'm gonna punch your nose.
Okay, so it wasn't domestic violence toward a woman, it was toward a man. And if someone's looking at your girl, you're going to punch the guy in the nose. That is the Empires there, August 1962, on the Epic record label. Punch Your Nose is the name of that one. Yes, David Blatt, that is Jay Black's real name. He is singing lead on the flip side. We'll get that one on next week's Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here. We heard from a group called The Enchantments, one record earlier on the Romac record label, Lonely Heart. Here is another group called The Enchantments, recorded on George Gollner's Gone record label. And again, like I mentioned earlier or before, that Enchantments is another name, very common to a number of groups. But this song, written by Steve Schulman, really don't have any information about this Enchantments group. Released in April of '62, The Enchantments on Gone, with their tune called I Love You, Sherry. April 1962 release there by a group called The Enchantments. A nice tune there. Song entitled I Love You, Sherry. That one there on George Gollner's Gone record label. That's going to do it, folks, for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to original vinyl 45s out of my collection. You want to get in touch with Johnny G, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. You can also reach me at JohnnyGVinyltreasures@gmail.com. Gave you a lot of information about collecting. I know a lot about the hobby. Been doing it since my high school days. And so if you have any questions about originals, etc., please send me the email. I will answer you, that is for sure. We're going to get this show up on my archive. VinylTreasures.net is the archive. Hi-Fi Tim houses all the hot buttons that you can listen to Johnny G with the archive shows. Also been recording it on Ustream Broadcaster to post up on my YouTube account, Johnny G's Vinyl Treasures. We'll see what the copyright police do to me this weekend. They seem to be focusing on my shows for some reason, and I don't know what to tell them. I own all they actually asked me questions. Do you think this record, do you think we should allow you to play this record? Because they give you like questions like, because you own it, because you have the rights, because all this stuff. And the thing is, they tell me that I'm playing record, whatever they run it through some system, and they say to me that I played a certain record, like they said that I played a record, a Spanish record. So they wouldn't even allow me to have the show aired at all. One of them. So they said no sound. And then one of the other ones, I'm able to remove them because there's a program that they give you that says you can remove certain songs from your program. And so, unfortunately, I had to do that. Now, I don't even know. I had to do that with that David Lee record, Temptation is Calling My Name, but then they did it again. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it will be up there on my YouTube account. But that's going to do. We're going to close the show with a record out of Los Angeles, California, from this group called The Extremes. It features Bobby Sanders, a member of this group, and he is doing lead, of course, the same Bobby Sanders that recorded on the Cabo label, but this one is on the Paro label. This is the A side of the 45. It's from November of 62. They're called The Extremes. And the closer tonight is a song called That's All I Want. What Johnny G wants is hopefully that you enjoyed listening to the tunes this evening. I enjoy bringing them to you every Saturday night right here on Top Shelf Oldies. And tomorrow evening, please tune in to my buddy Dave the Rave with his Relics and Rarities show starting at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight right here on Top Shelf Oldies. That's going to do it, folks. Don't forget your taxes is due. Those of you that are filing taxes, you got till Monday. I did mine a couple weeks ago, so I'm all done. I'm waiting for my refund. Yes, I am. Well, that's going to do it, folks. Want everybody to have a safe and happy week. I'll see you here next Saturday at 10 p.m. for some cool original vinyl 45s out of my collection. Just want to say, everybody, so long.
Have a brand new car. Don't want to eat caviar. I don't want to be a king on the throne. I just want to be left out alone. All I want is you. I don't want to be a millionaire. With all that money, you wouldn't have to care. Like a pale moonlight, and I know that you will treat me right. For all I want is you. Like a blind boy needs a cane. To him that needs everything, yeah. Like the ocean without the rain. Without love, who would be the best? Like a blind boy needs a cane. To him that